Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on both DraftKings and Yahoo for Wednesday, December the 26th. I did make a video on Christmas Day where I incorporated Yahoo pricing and some plays I liked on Yahoo for the Christmas Day slate. And that video got a lot of good feedback. You guys seem to enjoy the Yahoo vid, or just me incorporating Yahoo into the video. So I think I'm going to do that from now on. I'm going to talk about DraftKings pretty much every video. We're going to start talking about Yahoo in pretty much every video as well. You guys should be playing over there if you're not already. They have great tournaments every day. They had a $1 million tournament with a ton of overlay in it for Christmas Day. Today on Wednesday they're doing a 150K tournament with 25K in guaranteed overlay. Could potentially even be more if the tournament doesn't fill. So you guys should be playing over Yahoo. Even if I'm sure they can't keep up this overlay every day. They're not going to do this every day till the site stops, but they're going to continue to run big tournaments. Even if they're not giving out overlay, the big tournament should stay in the lobby. And it's 10 entry max on every tournament, so you're not playing against the people with 150 lineups. Everybody gets 10 lineups in. I play 10 lineups pretty much in every tournament on Yahoo just because love their site, been playing over there a while. Recommend you guys get in there. We'll start with DraftKings. We'll talk about the player pool just like we always do. I'll give some 5 plays I like on DraftKings, talk about some Yahoo plays as well. Before we do get started though, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at point guard for today. So point guard, there are some good options at the top here. You got Drew Holiday against Dallas, who I think is definitely in play at 8,800. There are some guys that I like for cheaper that's going to keep me from having massive exposure to Drew Holiday. But in some of my lineups, I will have Drew Holiday today. Just without Elfrid Payton on the court, he just gets the ball in his hands a ton. Tim Frazier really hasn't been doing well haven't really been playing well lately. Hasn't really been handling the ball much. It's been Drew Holiday running the show for the Pelicans. Obviously, playing alongside Anthony Davis doesn't help Drew Holiday, but Mirotic is still out, so that's still some shots to go around. Drew Holiday should pick up some of those shots. I do like him a lot here against Dallas. He's going to play a ton of minutes if the game is competitive. At 8,800, could easily get 5 to 6x value on this price. Has upside for way more. Could easily get 50 plus DraftKings points from Drew Holiday here. So I do like him quite a bit, but I think there are some cheaper plays I like. Mike Conley, I think it's 7,700 against the Cavs is a really good play. Over on Yahoo, though, is where I really like Mike Conley. He's only $28. Just seems way underpriced for a guy that has 45, 50 point upside on a nightly basis. Could easily be one of the best Yahoo point per dollar plays or just overall plays on the slate. So I like him quite a bit over there. In my 10 lineups, I'm sure I'm going to have Conley in at least 3 or 4, probably even more than that. I feel like he's a really good player over there. I like him on DraftKings as well at 7,700. But Yahoo's where I'm going to be playing a lot of Mike Conley today. Chris Dunn as well at 7,400 I think is a very strong play. But on Yahoo again, Chris Dunn's only $25. He's another guy I'm going to have a lot of exposure to. It's a good spot against the Timberwolves. Revenge game for what it's worth as well. Chris Dunn just been playing massive minutes lately. We're back to seeing him playing full minutes in competitive games. In that game against Cleveland, only 28 minutes due to blowout. The Bulls won that game by 20 points, but we still got 42 fantasy points out of Chris Dunn. Against the Magic, competitive game, played 35 minutes. Against Brooklyn, a competitive game, he played 34 minutes. This game against the Timberwolves is competitive, which it should be. I do like this spot a lot for Chris Dunn. Should play 35 to 36 minutes. It just has too much upside to avoid at this $25 price tag on Yahoo. Him and Conley, probably two of my favorite plays at point guard if I can't find a way to fit in the top options. And I do like those guys both on DraftKings as well, but not going to be core plays for me on DK. I think on DK I'd probably want to try maybe pay up for Drew Holiday or go a little bit cheaper to some of the guys we'll talk about. So some of the guys for a little bit cheaper that catch my eye today. Definitely some injuries we need to watch today. So right now, Derrick Rose and Zach LaVine are both questionable. Obviously, if LaVine comes back, that's going to hurt Chris Dunn a tad bit, but I still like Chris Dunn even if LaVine comes back. Derrick Rose, if he plays, you could go to him at 6,800, but if he is out again, we could definitely go to Tyus Jones, who's pretty cheap on both sides. Tyus Jones on DraftKings is 4,700. On Yahoo, Tyus Jones is minimum price, just $10. Going to be one of the best value plays on the slate, especially on Yahoo if Derrick Rose were to miss. But that's some news we got to wait and see on Wednesday, see what we get on Wednesday, maybe after shoot-around. Justice Winslow's been playing really well lately. I don't mind him at 5,500 if you want to play him at point guard. He's small forward eligible as well. He's coming off two pretty good games, 26 DraftKings points in 28 minutes against the Bucks. Against the Magic, he played 30 minutes and put up 45 DraftKings points. Pretty much been serving as the primary ball handler with Goran Dragic out of the lineup. Spoelstra was kind of praising him as well, saying he's been playing really well. There was a write-up over on Yahoo if I can find it. I do like Winslow on Yahoo as well. He's power forward over there, but still cheap at $16. But Spoelstra, counting on Winslow to run the show, said that he likes the pace he's been playing with. He has more responsibility, and so. So Justice Winslow, $16 on Yahoo. DraftKings, power forward, small forward eligible, 5,500. A cheaper play that I like on both sites. But I think that's it for point guard today. Let's move on to shooting guard. Talk about some shooting guards on DraftKings that we want to go to. So at this position, you obviously have the top guys who I do like. Drew Holiday being my favorite. Oladipo and Booker, probably not going to be playing a ton today. Maybe Devin Booker, but I think I'd rather get up to Drew Holiday if I can. Booker, if I was playing a lot of lineups, I'd maybe throw him in, but if I had to pick one guy, if I was playing one lineup today, and I had to pay up at shooting guard, I would play Holiday over Booker. Then you have Chris Dunn here, who I do like if you want to play him. Josh Richardson at 6,700, I'm not in love with on DraftKings, but on Yahoo, Josh Richardson is just insanely cheap. He's only $20. He's priced the same as Andrew Wiggins, Lou Williams. He's $1 more than Kelly Oubre. He's cheaper than Kent Bazemore and Jeremy Lamb. Josh Richardson just seems like a very strong play on Yahoo at this price tag. It's not like it's a really good matchup. There's a chance he is guarded by Kawhi here, but without Goran Dragic, we are going to get some ball handling for Josh Richardson. He's going to play 36 to 38 minutes if this game is competitive, which it should be. So love him a lot on Yahoo at $20. DraftKings, not as appealing. Probably won't be playing a ton of him over there. But on Yahoo, Josh Richardson, a core play for me, just way too cheap over there. But some other shooting guards that stand out to me, not really a ton at this position, at least on DraftKings that I see that I really love. A lot of the guys I've talked about, I'll be playing at shooting guard, so some of the guys I talked about back at point guard, like Chris Dunn, Drew Holiday if I can pay up, maybe some Devin Booker, but do really like Chris Dunn here. I guess you could go to Richardson on DraftKings, but prefer him on Yahoo where he's really cheap at just $20. Let's move on to small forward now. So at the top here you got Kawhi at 9,500. Don't think right now that Kawhi is going to be a priority for me on the slate. I really like some of the expensive centers, and if I play those expensive centers today, it's going to probably force me to have to get away from Kawhi. Won't be able to fit him in a ton of lineups. Kind of the same goes as on Yahoo as it does on DraftKings. Kawhi's 48 over there. There's just not really a way I pay that much for Kawhi when I can get Towns for way cheaper. I can get Andre Drummond for way cheaper, who we will talk about both of those guys. If I can find $10, I would rather get up to Anthony Davis. So definitely not playing probably any Kawhi on Yahoo, and same goes for DraftKings. Small forward, I really like some cheaper plays here. I like Trevor Ariza quite a bit on DraftKings. He's only $5,400. On Yahoo, he's not very appealing at $24. That's his price tag on Yahoo, and I don't see myself playing a ton of him over here because there might be guys for cheaper I'd rather play. Like I think I'd rather play Covington for $3 cheaper than Trevor Ariza, but on DraftKings where Ariza's $5,400, definitely a play that I love here. We saw him kind of done in his last game, only played 28 minutes, but that was a back-to-back after coming off a 54-minute game in triple overtime. I think it was either double or triple overtime against the Suns, and he played 54 minutes. Obviously, that was a letdown spot against the Pacers. Tough matchup as well on the road against the Pacers after playing a triple overtime game. It was pretty clear that the Wizards were going to struggle in that game. I'd expect Ariza to get back to 35 to 36 minutes if this game's competitive against the Pistons, which I think it should be. So I like Ariza quite a bit here. He's still too cheap in my opinion on DraftKings. Definitely a guy that I like at small forward. He's the guy that I'm going to be playing a lot at this position. Maybe some Bielitsa because he has been starting lately and his minutes have started to be consistent, started to trend up. But 4,800, kind of similarly priced to Ariza. I think I would rather just try and find a way to get up to Trevor Ariza. But let's move on to power forward now. So power forward on DraftKings, you got AD at the top here. He's 11,800 facing the Mavericks. Really don't have anything negative to say about Anthony Davis. If I can find a way to fit him in, I'll try and do that. Right now, I'm not seeing a lot of cheap value that I love on this slate, which is making it tough to fit in Anthony Davis. Plus, there are a lot of 9K guys at center that I love today. So I won't be going like all in on Anthony Davis, but I'm definitely going to have exposure. On Yahoo, where a lot of guys are underpriced, it's pretty easy to fit in Anthony Davis. It sucks that he's only center eligible. I wish you could play him at power forward, but even at center, where there's a lot of strong plays on Yahoo, I'll still have some lineups with Anthony Davis at $58. Dude just has too much upside. Not really worried about a matchup with the Mavericks either. But let's talk about some cheaper power forwards. I think this position does have some value. In the mid-range, though, maybe like a John Collins against the Pacers. Larry Nance, I don't love his matchup against Memphis. Tough spot for him. Maybe like Robert Covington, but at $6,600, not a fan of him. $21 though, it's small forward on Yahoo. I like him quite a bit over there. But let's go a little bit cheaper here at $5,700. I like Montrezl Harrell quite a bit on DraftKings. Don't love him as much on Yahoo. You can only play him at center, and he's $20 over there. He's the same price as Willie Cauley-Stein, who I would much rather play. He's also the same price as Sabonis, who I think is a better play. You can get up, find $4, you can get up to DeAndre Ayton, who I do like a lot on Yahoo. Don't see myself playing a ton of Harrell over here, but on DraftKings, where he's $5,700 and you can play him at power forward and center, very appealing play. Good matchup here against the Kings. Up and pace spot. This is a spot where we should get about 28 minutes out of Montrezl Harrell, and should definitely be able to definitely dominate on the glass. Should be able to get a double-double. Fast-paced game. Love this game as a game to target. It's a late-night game, so a little late-night hammer. Don't mind playing some guys from both sides of this game, whether it's Fox, Bogdanovich. On the other side, if you want to go to Harrell, Tobias Harris. Don't mind some of these guys. Really like Harrell a lot from the Clippers side. I'm seeing 27, 28 minutes out of him here, and could easily get 35 to 40 DraftKings points against the Kings. Great matchup. Like him a lot at power forward. Also want to mention Thomas Bryant, who is 4K. I think he is a really good play on DraftKings, where you can play him at power forward as well. On Yahoo, you can only play Thomas Bryant at center, so I don't love him as much there, even though he is very cheap. But like I said, there's a lot of center plays I like on Yahoo. I'm probably going to be playing double center in pretty much every lineup on Yahoo. But on DraftKings, there's some centers I like as well. But Thomas Bryant can be played at power forward. You don't have to use him in your center or utility spot. So I think that makes him very appealing, especially with the 4K price tag. Facing a Pistons team that does have a big front court, this is a spot where I feel like Thomas Bryant's going to be forced to play minutes. He did play 36 minutes in that game against the Suns, where that went to triple overtime. At the end of regulation, I think Bryant had played like 26 minutes, which was I'm pretty sure it was a season high. I think we get about mid-20s in minutes out of Thomas Bryant. Could potentially get more. Bryant is very productive when he's on the court. He's going to score. He's going to grab some rebounds. Matching up with Andre Drummond, that is a matchup that should favor Bryant, that should keep him on the court. At 4K, not a ton of risk you're really taking rostering Thomas Bryant. Even if he gets 20 points, you're obviously not going to win a tournament with 20 points from Thomas Bryant, but not going to kill your night either. He's shown big upside when he's got the minutes, so I do like him quite a bit, especially on DraftKings. If you want to play him on Yahoo, I don't mind him, but he is only center eligible. You have to play him at center. So that does take up one of your center spots, but he is cheap over there, $11, just $1 off the minimum. But yeah, let's move on to center now. This is a position where we're definitely going to want to spend some time. There's a lot of good plays here. Obviously, you have AD at the top, but the two guys I want to really talk about are Karl-Anthony Towns and Andre Drummond. Starting off with Towns, love this spot for him at $9,400 on DraftKings against the Bulls. On Yahoo, he's $41, insanely cheap as well. I think he's a core play for me over on Yahoo. When Towns faced the Bulls earlier this year, just absolutely went off. 73 DraftKings points in 37 minutes, had 35, 23, and 6. Just a monster game out of Karl-Anthony Towns. If Derrick Rose were to miss this game, that's just an even bigger bump for Karl-Anthony Towns. More usage to go around, more shots to go around. I see a big game from Cat here if this game stays competitive. Just a great matchup, a Bulls team that really can defend bigs. Towns should be able to dominate. He's really cheap as well. He's been playing poorly lately, so his price has started to drop a bit. $9,400 for Karl-Anthony Towns without Jimmy Butler, especially in a matchup with the Bulls. Just too cheap of a price tag. Also, Andre Drummond, love on DraftKings and Yahoo as well. Drummond is the same price as Karl-Anthony Towns, though, on Yahoo, so that's probably going to keep me from playing both of them together, because if you play both Drummond and Karl-Anthony Towns, and you were to go with these guys, that really thin you out in salary. And we're going to talk about a cheaper center play that I like. Towns and Drummond, though, I will have in a few lineups together. If I have to pick one, I think I'd lean Towns, though. But on DraftKings, the guy that I want to talk about on Yahoo is not as greatly priced on DraftKings. So I'm going to see myself playing a lot of Drummond over on DraftKings. He's 9,200, just has too much upside to ignore, especially at this price tag and with this matchup. It's a Washington team that struggles to defend bigs. It's a Washington team that's really bad rebounding. If there's one thing we know Andre Drummond is good at, it's rebounding. He's one of the best rebounders in the league, if not the best. Pretty much averages, or does average over 15 rebounds a game. So love this spot for Drummond. I think we see a 20-20 spot out of him. Easily could get 55, close to 60 DraftKings points. I think this game has a lot of appeal. I like some plays from both sides. On DraftKings, obviously like Ariza and Thomas Bryant from the Washington side, like Drummond. I think you could go to Blake Griffin, but probably going to be playing a lot more Drummond than I do Griffin. See a big game coming out of Drummond today on DraftKings. Really like him. You can play him on Yahoo as well, but like I said, there's a cheaper center that we're going to talk about over there that I do like. But now going through some centers on DraftKings, some of the cheaper guys we could consider. DeAndre Ayton, 7,800. Don't love on DraftKings, but on Yahoo, where he's only $24, I think DeAndre Ayton, pretty damn good play if you want to play him. Willie Cauley-Stein, though, is the guy that I want to mention that I just absolutely love. But DeAndre Ayton at $24, going to have him in a ton of lineups as well. Dude's just been balling lately. Over 38 DraftKings points in 5 straight games. His last 3 games put up 45 and 50, or 45, 50, and 62. Been playing massive minutes in competitive games. It's a matchup with the Magic that I'm not really concerned about. Do like DeAndre Ayton quite a bit. On DraftKings, though, at 7,800, don't think he's as necessary, but still a guy that you can go to. Cheaper centers, though, on DraftKings that we could consider. There isn't really a ton I love. I don't think there's really a ton of value I want to play at center today. I think I want to try and pay up here. Thomas Bryant, though, at 4K, you can play on DraftKings at center. But let's talk about Willie Cauley-Stein over on Yahoo. He is only $20. Probably one of my favorite plays, talking about just guys that's too cheap. Willie Cauley-Stein just has too much upside at this price tag. He's a guy that has 55 point upside, and really can't find that at this price over on Yahoo. Just some of the other guys that are priced are priced the same as WCS. Wiggins obviously doesn't have that kind of upside. Lou Will has upside, but doesn't have 45, 50 point upside. Montrezl Harrell, I guess, has that kind of upside, but Barnes, Reggie Jackson, you're not going to get 45 to 50 point games out of these guys. Willie Cauley-Stein legit has 45 to 50 point upside, especially in this matchup with the Clippers. It's a Clippers team that struggled all year to defend bigs, whether they put Harrell, Boban, whoever, Gortat on him. Willie Cauley-Stein should be able to dominate. He's going to play big minutes if the game is competitive. Late Night Hammer, again, one of my favorite plays from that game. I think that game has a lot of appeal. Willie Cauley-Stein's not as great of a play, though, on DraftKings at 6,500. Don't love him over there. Probably still going to play him in a few lineups. But on Yahoo, where he's $20, that's just way too cheap. Dude could easily pay off this price in bunches. So probably one of my favorite plays over there. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully it did help you. If you enjoyed, just make sure you click that like button down below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If you do have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT, or you can leave any comments down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, good luck tonight on both Yahoo, DraftKings, whichever site you play. Hope you guys do good. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.